preference is one thing, right? Like you might prefer one thing over another, and definitely people are picking sides as you should. You have if you're a Drake fan, you have more invested in that fandom than you do in your Kendrick Lamar love because Drake's put out more content, maybe had more hits, and maybe affected and made you enjoy your life.
He's been pacifying you, giving you that nice pacifier when you're in the club.
You know what I'm saying? And then for others, Kenny is the type of artist that they yearn for, wait for, some knowledge, some complexity, some information, perspective, social commentary. You know what I mean? From the family tree of greats like KRS and Chuck D and Rakim.
Fact.
You know what I mean? Q-Tip and Tribe Called Quest and Andre 3000. People like that complexity.
Filtered through the sonics and actually of the Dr. Dre's and Eminems and all of it in there.
So I just want to say, like, if you can't appreciate, where both of these things can exist and you can enjoy it, I really can't align with you because I'm enjoying Drake doing what Drake does. From the lineages of greats too. You know what I'm saying? And his styles and the way that he does things, like whether he's in his LL Cool J bag or his Jay-Z bag, right? Like he's in those bags too when he's doing his thing. So, all of y'all just picking sides and trying to turn this into like a either or. I got a button for you. You don't have to pick a side here, guys. These people don't know you.
It's more fun that way.
It can be, but these people don't know you.
Yeah, but here's the thing that's crazy I found about the Kendrick response yesterday is, so like obviously you just have like the Drake stans, the Drake crybabies that we've seen is a thing, right? Like I didn't even know that was a thing. That is a thing, right? But who cares? That's whatever. The thing that's interesting to me is not only do you have the people who love Drake in that way who hate on the Kendrick record, I also see, Ebro, they're like older heads who I forgot also hate on Kendrick because they always thought he was kind of weirdo rap and overrated and we don't get him and he's not that great.
And that's for them, maybe he's too complicated for you. Maybe
no,
enjoy that.
100%. No, it's 100%. That's fine. I'm going to just give you this button right here. That's fine.
Congratulations. You played yourself.
Listen, people love all kinds of food, right? And you can go to a hot dog cart and tell me that it's the best meal you've had in weeks. You can say this is unbelievable.
Damn, you hitting them with the chicken fingers and fries as your diet joint?
Well, I mean, no, listen, you have the right to think a hot dog cart is amazing food. And I'm not even calling Drake the hot dog cart. I'm just saying some people aren't meant to sit down.
You're telling me their palate is limited is what you're saying.
They're not, Ebro. Not everyone should go to a Michelin star restaurant. Maybe the omakase sushi isn't for you. You just want the hot dog. But don't tell me the omakase ain't delicious if you're not really willing to try it.
What you trying to kick knowledge at?
That y'all aren't really, you guys aren't willing to, if you're not willing to spend time and listen to the Kendrick record and hear how many things he's doing, that's on you. You have the right not to try it. But to hear it and think there's not stuff in there, I'm sorry. I'm hitting you with the button. 10 times out of 10.
Well, so after 8 o'clock,
congratulations.
If you locked into the show, we'll get down to the nitty gritty of scoring this battle. We'll try to figure out how to score this battle. Is Drake in the lead? Did Kendrick's response put him on the scoreboard with some sort of victory? Like what is it? Where are we?
But that's such a short conversation. That's
well for you. Man, I don't think it is for Cass. I don't think it is. I don't think it is.
Cass, you don't think Kendrick took the lead with yesterday? And Drake needs to respond?
Well, listen, nobody wants to hear from the Kendrick Crusaders on this, bro. You have to hear from the OVO section of this thing. And I will tell you, as OVO cast, Kendrick cooked yesterday. But Kendrick cooked. Kendrick was cooking. And Drake, get off the Instagram.
Get off the gram, baby. That's
get off the gram. Get to the booth.
But so I think it's also important too because I think we live in a time. And we've said this on this program, it's going to be tough to find consensus because you have fandom and you have internet fandom, right? Yeah. So because internet fandom and you have somebody like Drake who has a hive that he feeds, right? Because he's active on social media versus someone who doesn't feed the social media algorithm at all, right? Like he doesn't participate at all. And so I think it is worth having a conversation about literally looking at the content that's been put out. right? What's included in the battle? What's not? Is like that a part of the battle? Is first person shooter a part of the battle? Do those get included in the conversation, or is this literally just push ups versus euphoria? Right? Like I think that's worth a dialogue.
And then don't forget, are we talking about which songs are better than which songs? Like, because back when Takeover and Ether, people was like, oh, well, Takeover's a better song, or Ether's not as good as. Yeah, so it's just like, but, it's a lot of nuance in everything.
And, but I think there's pretty much hip hop consensus that Ether won the battle, while Takeover has better replayability, right? Like, I think that's a part of.
No, you and I think that. Not everybody thinks that, but
see,
I agree. Yeah, I agree with you. But I think this is like, isn't this fairly clear that the battle things that should be included at this point start at like that? First person shooters.
Well, let's discuss it. We'll discuss
I think it starts at first person
because
shooter.
Kendrick even mentions. I believe he's referring to first person shooter in this when he was like, "I was surprised y'all reached out to me for a collab."
Yeah, he did,
Right.
and he did.
You know what I mean? So, and that was a rumor that people had speculated he was reached out to be a part of first person shooter.
Yeah, I guess I just didn't consider it to be part of the battle as the public is consuming it.
But I think that's what sparked the verse.
It is.
You know what I mean?
But in terms of where we are right now, I feel like what people have been taking, because no one took in first-person shooter like that.
But maybe we got to be retroactive.
I don't. Yeah, that's retroactive history. I mean, I just think in the moment it's like that. It's the two Drake responses, which you have to include. Those both happen.
Yep.
And then the Kendrick response
So
right now.
We'll get into it after 8. I think it's worthwhile. If you're not enjoying this, you could get the button.
Because it's exciting.
Congratulations.
Heavy
You played
button.
yourself.
And also for those of you that are paid bots, you also get the button
Congratulations. You played
because
yourself.
it's rampant out here. But it is very entertaining to me, as just a rap fan, and I'll keep saying it. The very, very, very different styles of these two great artists is on full display, and if you're not celebrating that as a hip hop fan, I also give you a button because
Congratulations. You played yourself.
it doesn't have to be your cup of tea which one you think is better, but the fact that we have in hip hop two individuals at this level carrying this much weight and impact that are very, very different from very different places and each having international appeal is remarkable and something to behold for sure. Now,
hit Ebro with the button for that big kumbaya statement at the end of this. Nobody wants to hear all that. Everyone just wants beef in the streets.
I know they want blood, but I don't have to.
No, you're right. It's pretty great. It is pretty cool, and the whole world's paying attention to it. It's a little whack that this is the only time anyone really dial. It feels like that so many people get active around beef versus other times. Is a little bit of a congratulations, you played yourself.
That's
It's
right.
always been like that, though.
We do all live in America, so what are we going to do?
Well, and I'm old and traumatized, so I've had to actually pull some people aside who want to you work for a corporate entity and you want to chime in on beef that might spiral into something that you don't want to have on your front door. Hey, if you work for a corporate digital outlet and you're speaking like you are, the Hot 97 Instagram or Complex Instagram, and you're chiming in trying to antagonize something and it spirals into a place in the streets that we all don't want it to, guess what? You should just put up the meme, put up the lyrics and say, hey, what does everyone think? You don't have to pick a side if you're part of, controlling some digital outlet for a corporation. I don't think it's your place to pick a side.
I don't even know what you're referring to, but it's interesting. Whatever.
I just saw corporate. Everybody wants to chime in like beef could turn into something chaotic. It could.
Right. Right.
You know what I mean? There was
Because
definitely
at the
things
end of the
said.
day, we don't know who's running those things. And it's
We
not
don't
your
know who's
personal
behind
opinion.
those things. You know what I'm saying? And you're just representing a corporate entity. And if one of these individuals or somebody associated with one of these individuals ends up in something, guess what? People gonna come looking for you. So just relax. Just fall back. How about that?
Boy.
Fair enough.
Congratulations. You played yourself.
Laura, what you got?
I'm going to give it to myself.
Yeah, I like
it. Because yesterday, I don't know if you guys know, but we've talked about it on the show a few times. I'm the queen of having a hand sanitizer ready and good to go in a big alley.
Yo, I'm glad you're reminding me.
Literally, I've grabbed Rosenberg and Ebro and Cass and whoever's around me and constantly spray them up to make sure they don't get sick. And yesterday we were at a big gathering for our loved one, Mr. C. We said goodbye to him in the most beautiful way. It was a lot of hugging and a lot of handshakes. And I had no hand sanitizer.
Oh, no.
Ebro calls me out on it.
I was like, Laura, I need that. I shook about 500 hands. Where you at? She's like, I don't have it.
And then I realized I switched my purse, and I was like, oh, and now I feel like my throat hurts. I don't know. I might be paranoid.
Oh, no.
LLJ.
I was like, oh my God, did I get sick?
Come on.
Of all the days. Of all the days.
days.
Is it too soon to hit those family members of ours who couldn't pull it together to find a white shirt with the button? Is it too?
Yo.
LLJ.
Come on. They asked you to wear all white, Flex. Yo, Drewski showed up in all black. He was like, yo, I didn't even know.
Yeah, he didn't know.
No, all black and black glasses. I was like, my man, you look like you literally dressed up in black specifically.
Yeah, like to completely go against the dress code.
Right.
I got there at the same time as Drewski. We're outside, and Drewski goes to me, yo, did I miss a memo or something? Like, we supposed to be. I was like, oh, man, Drewski, no.
Hit him with that, so that's the button.
Yes, you did.
Congratulations.
Honestly, I would have told him you were a one block run from Foot Locker. You got you can't the all black at the all white. It's one thing to go beige.
Wait, Shiny Culture. He hit Rosenberg. Hit you with the button when you got there because you had a black top on.
Yeah,
I
mixed it up. I was black and white. You know what I'm saying?
No, Shawnee, you can just. I wasn't gonna bring it up, but since you did, don't say you were black and white.
I was black.
You had black and white pants with a black button-up shirt and a black jacket. That's not black and white.
He didn't have a white hat on though.
I had white shoes. I had a white hat. I had black and white pants, and I had on a black shirt.
And a black jacket.
Rosenberg was like, right? He was like, you're gonna stand out, but. I figured, let me do a little bit of
nobody was more against the all white than Flex though. Flex knew because we talked about it, and B, he wore a jacket that was a Pele jacket that was black with more black.
Right.
Triple black.
Yo, that was the line of the night yesterday was that when Seif got up and did his little thing and said, I learned a lot of things today. For example, Funkmaster Flex is colorblind.
LLJ, cool J.
Oh, man, by the way, though, we can't get out of this segment. We can't. You ain't going to. The New York Knicks?
Oh, wait a minute. The Knicks get the button.
No.
Yo, the Knicks and the Knicks faithful and Knicks fans, we get the button, man.
Yo,
my man was screaming
listen,
at the
and
TV.
Mitchell Robinson fouling on a 3 with under a minute left in the game. Yo, Maxey hitting the 3 and getting the 4-point play.
No, that was you realize in that moment, that was the reverse Larry Johnson 4-point play. The Knicks have such a famous 4-point play in their history, and that one in the playoffs, and that one happened to them in reverse yesterday. It was basically game 2. They got game 2'd in reverse. They had the game locked up. They're missing free throws. Yo, Jalen and Josh missing free throws to seal the game.
Yo, and it's a ribbit dit. LLJ, Cool J, congrats, you played yourself. Yo, now you got to go back to Philly.
I bet those tickets aren't going to be sold anymore. I bet the Sixers fans going to keep their tickets for this one.
Oh, man.